Hello there, my name is Ashton Harvey, and I am a current elementary education teacher. I'm here today to talk to you about the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act and my role as a teacher and your role as a parent or guardian. The 12 different components of IDEA are as follows. The first component is free appropriate public education, also known as FAPE. This means that all students must have access to a free appropriate education, meaning they must be able to go to school whether they have a disability or not, and it will be free. They shouldn't have to pay any extra charges just because they have a disability. The second component is the least restrictive environment. This means that students must be in the general education population as much as possible, and we only want to remove students from that setting when it is necessary to meet the educational or behavioral goals of the student. The third component of IDEA is the referral process. And in this process, it is the process of the teacher gathering information and putting data into the referral forms that are needed, and then submitting that paperwork to the school principal and the special education administration, and setting up a pre-referral meeting to talk with parents and guardians about what we would like to do for testing, why we would like to test, and what we're looking for. After that, we'll go into the evaluation process. This process is a process of gathering further statistical data on that child, whether it is about their social, emotional, cognitive, academic functions, whatever it is that we're looking at. We're going to look a deep dive into that, and we're going to use that information in order to determine eligibility. Eligibility is determined under specific disability categories. And whatever category that we think that child may have, or whatever the statistical data says they may have a disability of a specific thing, there's requirements that they have to have. They have to meet the requirements in order to get the services under IDEA. The different components that have to go into an individualized education program or plan are super important, because this is the IEP is the legal document that both the school, the teachers, and other paraprofessionals have to follow to meet the needs of the student. And so the IEP must contain the student's present levels of academic functions and performance, annual goals, the child's progress, any special education related services or aids that the student will need, any modifications or accommodations to the child's educational supports, the amount of time the child will be spending with other children with disabilities, a list of the individual accommodations that the child will need, and the projected date of the services, when they will begin, and the frequency and duration of said services. So all of that information is going to be in the individual education plan. It's a long document, and all of it will be outlined, and it will be there for resources for the teacher and parents for future dates. The next component is parent and student involvement. So parents must give permission for students in order to participate in any special education referral, test programs, changes to their goals. That is all a part of the procedural safeguards. Those are the rights that are provided to you as a parent or guardian of the child, as well as the rights that are given to the child or parent to protect you as well. So we are going to work together to make sure that we're following those rules and making sure that all of those needs are met. Thinking about keeping track of those goals. So the next component of IDEA is quarterly progress monitoring. So quarterly, students are going to be monitored for their progression. We're going to be evaluated 4 times in a school year with very detailed reports that will get sent home that really look at the child's goals and see, are they meeting these goals? We need to adjust the goals? Are their goals too hard? Are they not hard enough? And those more specific questions are asked at the annual review. The annual review process happens once a year, where the IEP team will come together. They're going to meet, review the data from those progress reports, as well as any other additional testing that may have been done, just to tweak any goals that might need to be changed. Parents and guardians must be given prior written notice. This means that if there is an IEP meeting or if there are changes to the child's education plan, any evaluations that are going to be done, parents are going to be giving prior written notice, meaning that you're going to get an email, letter, some sort of physical copy that says the date and time and everything of when the meeting is going to be happening. Other related services can also be included. That's another component of IDEA. The additional services that may be provided to the student outside of their academic learning. So it's things like speech therapists, physical therapists, occupational therapists, social work, any of those extra services that aren't reading, writing, math, social studies, or science work. Those are the other related services that the child may need access to, and those are going to be included in their education under IDEA. If you have any other questions about Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or you want any more information about this information on the pamphlet that I've handed out, there are some 3 or 4 resources. And if you go to those resources, they list each one of the different 12 categories, and it gives further information for you if you want more clarification on something. Also, feel free to reach out to me as well, as I am a great resource and can give you more information if any part of this is confusing and you need more information. I hope this helps you understand the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and that you have a better understanding and feel more prepared to start this educational journey. Have an amazing day. Bye.